Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today we got some work to do once again. We're gonna tame this cool steam vent. Before we get started on that, I did a couple things off the camera. We set up a couple algae distillers. Now we're not gonna, turn all of the slime into algae, but might as well, since it's sitting here. We can create more polluted water, which is always great. The only thing it costs us is a little bit of power and some slime. So you can see here that we'll grab 200 grams of algae a second. We'll produce 400 grams of polluted water, and it eats slime. Seems like not a bad deal to me. So we'll just keep churning on that, and in the background, we don't want to use all the slime because eventually we're going to be wanting to grow a few dust caps for our beautiful greenhouse. So, and we're not 100% sure if we're going to be able to naturally put them down or how we're going to do this. So it's going to take a little bit of planning on our end. For now, though, let's get to taming this thing. I also put a little sink here, by the way, just in case they got a little slime or polluted dirt on their hands. I don't want it to go directly from here to their food, so we put a little wash basin in here just in case they have any germs. So far, I've watched all the dupes just fly right by it, which means they don't have any germs on their hands. I was busy looking at a few of these dupes that came out of the, or being offered through the printing pod, and I saw the lime. And you can never pass up lime, right? That looks like, a bunch of steel to me. We'll definitely take that. In the meantime, you can come check our little steel manufacturing point. All we have to do to create more steel and stuff is turn our polluted water back on. Provides the coolant. And we go to making it. Now that we've got a little bit more lime, let's queue up 16 more pieces of steel. Beautiful. I think the first step is going to be closing this steam vent off while we work. We'll probably also drain some of this water. I'm not entirely sure. Luckily, because of the ambient temperatures around, our dupes can still work in it. We've been able to go a long time just by using the oxygen masks. None of the environment around here is too bad for our dupes to be able to work in it, to include the space biome. Now, when we get a little bit further south, we might be able to see if there's a, the magma biome and the oil biome. Those might be too hot for us to work in, but until then, this will work. There's been this whole thing on whether or not the oxygen masks are worth it. And I say for some of the beginning games, depending on what resources you have available, they are. For instance, you don't need any insulation or any raid fiber to create these little oxygen masks. They're not a bad little way to do a little stopgap before you go to full exosuits. They also, you don't need quite a sophisticated setup for the oxygen masks. They're going to be temporary, right? They're only going to be here for a little bit. So not bad all in all. Some other minor differences you can notice is the oxygen masks don't take fine metal, whereas the atmosuit checkpoints do. So there's a little bit of differences between the oxygen masks and the atmosuits. I'll continue to use oxygen mask docks for the early game. I think they work well to do some of the earlier coring out. Another great bonus of the oxygen masks. Yep, that's little J underwater analyzing this cool steam vent. Looking forward to seeing what this cool steam vent provides. We're going to be able to find out when its active period is, which will really help us be able to determine how much water we will be able to get out of it, which will help when we figure out, oxygen setups. Okay, prepare for some tuber math, and you might want to sit down for this one, because it even got me cross-eyed a couple times. So we finished analyzing this cool steam vent, and then we blocked it in, and that way it won't keep going off right now. We don't want it to. I want to make sure all that hot steam is contained, and we can build around it when the time comes, and then we can, work with it. Well, this cool steam vent produces 4,185.4 grams of steam per second. Okay, that's not the flat figure you need to look at. What you need to look at is the eruption period and the active period, because an eruption period of 355 seconds every 632 seconds actually turns out to be that it's only going to be erupting 56.17% of the times. And yeah, I'm being a little bit specific because you need to be a little bit specific when you're trying to figure out what the actual effective rate of water production for this cool steam vent is. So we kind of know just by dividing 355 by 632, all right, that is 56, a little over 56%. And then we get 98.5 cycles every 136.3 cycles, which means its active period is 72.2% of the time. Well, when you do all the math, when you take the 4,185 grams of steam per second and you multiply it by both the eruption period percentage and the active period percentage, you get a total of 1.7 kilos of water per second. It comes out to be, 1,697.35, grams per second of steam. Why does this matter? Because when we're thinking about oxygen and we're looking at our electrolyzer setups, well, we can see our electrolyzer here will use 1,000 grams per second. On a standard Rodriguez, which is the popular name for one of these large electrolyzer setups, it normally has 4 electrolyzers in it, which means it could, if it was running at full bore, it would use 4,000 grams per second of water. Well, that's only if you're actually using the absolute maximum amount of oxygen that the thing can produce, which is close to 30. Basically, it can sustain almost 30 dupes. So we're not looking at going to 30 dupes. We were looking at maybe somewhere in the 20s. So we're going to have to make sure that we're careful, knowing that what we know now, we'll probably end up running 16 dupes in this asteroid for the foreseeable future, until we can really get down in the weeds with how much the electrolyzer is producing, how much each dupe is using, how many mouth breathers you have, etc., etc. So I hope you had fun with that little bit of tuber math, and now we'll get to the fun stuff of trying to figure out how to build a cool steam vent. Now, the difficulty thing, we have our steel, right? We're sitting on, almost 3.5 tons of steel now. But what we don't have, and what we need, is plastic for our steam turbine to cool down our aqua tuner. So now we got to go hunting for plastic. More importantly, we need to go hunting for crude oil. We have 100 kilos of crude oil that we picked up over here, but that's not going to be enough to produce the amount of plastic we need for a couple of steam turbines, for both for this cool steam vent and the other one that we had. So we will now take it. I've already cleaned this up a little bit. We've moved what excess polluted water I have down here. We're going to consolidate this and put another pump in it eventually, but this at least cleans it up a little bit. And in the meantime, we will start digging just down. We'll see what we can find. I think we should also, in the interest of making our dupes speedy quick, is throw another pole down here. Yes. Now let's let them work and get that handled, and we'll see what's down there. So while we're doing all that, I decided to see what the Sweetles can do to mealwood. And yes, they can actually Sweetle tend the mealwoods and give it a plus 5% growth speed. Very cool. Now, unfortunately for this Sweetles, there is no sulfur sitting around here. And that's all they eat. So they will eventually just go hungry. Now, we do have sulfur. We have some of it on this rock, and then there's a liquid sulfur geyser over on our next asteroid, which we will eventually get, because I think for the long haul, we're going to be doing grub fruit as our sustainable food source. So we will see. But it is interesting to find out that, yes, the Sweetles, as long as it's on their level, the Sweetles will not be able to do anything if they're in the planter boxes, right? They got to be in farm titles so the Sweetle can actually get to them. Quick tip. So the dupes were down here, they were digging through here, and I noticed a dupe grabbed some coal. He then grabbed the coal and went up this ladder, across here, all the way up this ladder, just to drop the coal off in this storage bin. Make sure you set your storage bins at 4 unless you have a very good reason to put them at 5. Otherwise, they're going to leave every time they finish digging something. They're going to be like, oh, I might need to go take care of this. Because some of our dupes, they have a priority for tidying, right? So if they are tidier, well, they care more about tidying than they do digging. So they would prefer to go put that coal where it goes. Of course, that might be a storing priority. It's not a supplying. It's either a storing or a tidying. Either way, not good. All right, so if you highlight over the actual types, never even seen these before. This is amazing. It actually tells you what each one does. And so storing is literally delivering storing materials. So yeah, so in Bubbles' case, because, you know, they have a priority in storing, they're going to take that coal all the way up there. The tidying is all the repairing, the disinfecting, the mopping. It does say empty storage. So I don't know why tidying is empty storage, but storing is storing. When we have the dupes doing these long chores like digging down into the bottom of the biomes, it's good time to, you know, sweep around the base and see what's going on. We needed to add some additional airflow tiles because the carbon dioxide's kind of sinking down in here and has no place to go. So by adding airflow tiles, it'll allow the carbon dioxide to sink over here and then come down here and get filtered and cleaned. Ooh, look at you. Come back here, little sage hatchling. Okay, it says they eat popcorn. I'll bite. I didn't even know you could make popcorn. That's new. Sleet wheat grain popped in a gamma ray oven. Did we maybe see something we shouldn't have yet? I didn't even know there was a gamma ray oven. Now I want to go find the gamma ray oven. So I've looked and I've searched, but I don't see the gamma ray oven. I looked over here in foods. What I'm guessing is the dupes are about to eventually get a microwave, and that's kind of awesome. But for right now, it does not show it. It might be next week's patch. Who knows? But I can't wait to make some popcorn. And as you can see, this guy likes popcorn. There's also, and you look below it, there's microwaved lettuce. Oh, yes. Gamma mush. Looks like there's a few different things that are going to be coming up in our gamma ray oven. I like how they don't call it a microwave oven. It's a gamma ray oven. It sounds safe. Don't worry about it. Here, have some popcorn. Okay, we've got good news and bad news. The good news is we found a bunch of new algae. It's over here. We've been digging it out. And this algae, on top of our algae distillers, will keep us with some oxygen for quite some time. We'll have to keep an eye on it. Here's the bad news. So we found a couple of minor volcanoes. And we've dug all the way down here. Now, I'm assuming this is also going to be a minor volcano. Well, the bad news is there doesn't seem to be any oil whatsoever. I was hoping and hoping that there would just be a little bit of oil sitting somewhere. But at last, the star map is, quite frankly, pretty accurate. You can see the geysers it has is minor volcano and cool steam vent. It shows the biomes, but we did see some oil in some of the other ones. So, in order to get plastic, in order to make steam turbines, in order to make our oxygen setup, we're going to have to get the oil from the old cupola. So it looks like we will be heading over there to complete our oxygen stuff anyways. Maybe set a pipe of oil coming back this way. Not sure how we're going to handle that yet. We're going to have to get over to cupola and figure that out once we get there. Lots of stuff needs to happen over there. But for right now, the prospects are not good. I was hoping for just another couple of like puddles of oil. I suppose the only other thing we could do is breed some glossy Drecos. There is a couple of Drecos hanging around here, and we could get them up and start breeding them for some glossy Drecos. That might be a better way. I tell you what, we'll still go over to cupola here in either this episode or the next one and start checking it out, because we don't have all the resources we're going to need here. So we'll see how we can make that manage, but it's probably not a bad idea to set up a little plastic farm with some glossy Drecos anyways. We will see. Yeah, that second one here, it is another minor volcano. Yeah, we went all the way over here to make sure. So now we've got pretty much decent visibility for the entire asteroid. And you can see it in all of its glory. It does not seem... We'll check this area out here too. But nothing else seems to have any oil. We're still going to keep going over here. And I don't even know what kind of biome this is. I guess that's probably a good... the star map will tell us. The star map tells us everything. This magical map that we get for free. I'm guessing it is the barren biome? I'm going to go with barren biome. Yeah. Barren biome. Alright, more to follow. Another issue we're running into is the inevitable... Our mealwood here is starting to get a little hot. And as you can see, all this is getting stifled. So what we're going to do is actually start throwing down some grub fruit. Now, the grub fruit has a... is not too shabby. Why don't you go in there? Alright, so that was a weird little bug. I had to remove the planter box and put it back down. But we'll plant this grub fruit seed here. Now, the great thing about the grub fruit is it can go up to 50 degrees. The bad thing is it takes sulfur. So, while this rock does have a little bit of sulfur, it's not as plentiful as what we have right now. Let's dig up the rest of these while we're at it. Unfortunately, you got to click uproot. In fact, we're just going to take the easy way out, and we're just going to deconstruct all of them. I had put the spindly grapefruit plant up in the box, but then I realized if I'm going to be doing spindly grapefruits, I'm going to be wanting some sweetles to be able to tend them. So it makes more sense just to get rid of all of these. So we're going to deconstruct those and then put down some awesome farmer tiles. So that's what I was wondering, if the dupes can actually strand themselves. It looks like they can actually just replace the current tile with the farm tile. But there's a... I'll try to slow it down to see if we can see it. There's a, like, half a second where things fall, it looks like. But then they bounce back up, sort of they teleport. Here it comes. See, it kind of falls, then it goes back up. So I'm guessing it is no longer possible to, A, strand your dupes on between farm tiles. Alright, so now we have our beautiful farm tiles, and now we'll put some grapefruit plants in them. Copy those settings, and we'll throw them all the way over, and it'll be a while before they can actually get all the grapefruits in there, but this will be good for now. Unfortunately, our sweetles are on the wrong aisle. Or the wrong... Yeah, I guess you'd call it an aisle, right? They're on the wrong aisle. I might be interested in getting a rancher going here soon. In classic Echo form, we managed to deconstruct our power, which means our refrigerators are not working, which also means our sieve is not working. So let's do that quick check. Yeah, we're about to run out of water here again. I wonder how long it's been. You know, it's great for our thimble reeds. Probably not great for our bathrooms. At least they still... It looks like they still have a flush. They still... Yep. Let's hopefully we don't start peeing everywhere. We really... I might need to put an alternate. In fact, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put an alternate line in here. I'm just going to bring it right off of here. Beautiful. Now we have a backup line. Looks like we could actually use some more copper. So while we're at it, I think I am going to go up here and smelt some copper for a little bit. Now, as you can see, this polluted water is heating up. There's a ton of cold junk in here, but water, it really soaks up the heat. And we're putting pretty hot water through this hot metal refinery. So we're going to have to keep an eye on it because we don't want to make this area too hot, but you can see we've already gained probably 20 degrees in the ambient temperature here. We've gained probably 10 up here just with the battery boxes and the coal generators. So it's definitely something we're going to have to keep an eye on. We don't... This is our only metal refining right now until we get some better coolants. The last little bit of this episode, we're going to send somebody over to Cupola. We need to figure out who we're going to send, and I think it's going to be Jida. Jida only has the one skill, so he's got a very low morale requirement. Now, unfortunately, he can't do a whole lot of digging or anything like that, but at least he's got that low morale requirement, so no matter what, he should be doing well. Lindsay's another one, but I don't want to send Lindsay necessarily because they cannot do grilling, and if we get over there and we're like, hey, let's do some grilling, Lindsay can't do it. Alright, so we're going to send Jida on this quest, assign him, and it should be very quickly. Should come running over here like, oh, where are we going, boss? In fact, we're going to unassign him for now. I want him to sleep first. So let's find when Jida... Where are you? Schedule. Right here, schedule. Jida. Jida actually just woke up. So this is perfect for Jida. Alright, Jida, come on. Time to get... Beautiful. And teleport, Jida. Good luck. By the way, don't read the description of what that actually does. It's not pleasant. Ooh, hello. Same little setup as normal. There's the cryo tank. Last time I think we had a... I think it was a Marie that was stuck in here last time. We got some early oxalite. This is good. This will keep us going for a while. What do we have in here? We have 17 kilos of nutrient bars. This is good. And we have a lot of sedimentary rock. We have dirt and mud. Alright. At least we have a good... Oh, it didn't... Normally, you're a little bit closer to the top. You notice our bathrooms are way far away. In fact, I don't think old Jida is going to have anywhere to go to the bathroom. I don't see any... Oh, wait. There's a little bit of water right there. Oh. There's some beds down here. Alright, so let's do a couple of things to get you... At least keep your morale up a little bit. Let's give you a bedroom. You actually don't have anything to build out of yet. So let's go at least dig up some sedimentary rock. Alright, go ahead, chat. Oh, you got a scan. Submit your bioscan, buddy. Submit bioscan. Thank you. Very nice. That way there's no unauthorized dupes going through there. Oh, we got a colony achievement. This might be a new one. What is this? Oh, no, it's my first one that we've inspected a facility ruins this game. Alright, now we have some sedimentary rock, which I cannot believe. I'm about to build a cot out of sedimentary rock. That's not normally how it goes, but that's what we'll do. And we're also going to give you a little bit of a, a mess table. We need 200 of a metal ore. There's some mud up here. That's no help. Put some sedimentary rock ladders there. Where are you going to go to the bathroom? Oh, some nice little planter boxes down here. Nice little cots down here. Alright, I guess we're just going to open this up for now. And hope for the best, right? Yeah, no washing the hands quite so, but you'll at least be able to go to the bathroom because going to the bathroom only requires dirt. Washing your hands is what requires water. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. And then you're going to eat... Oh, this is not going to be fine. This is going to be bad. We do have more windows, though. Who's starving? Why are you starving over here, Jordan? Oh, you just gotta go to the bathroom and then eat. I see. As you can see, we've produced enough water to get it all back. Even though we had that power outage. We didn't even have to reprime it this time because we caught it soon enough. Alright, let's go back to Gubola. Alright, buddy, you really need to hurry up creating that bathroom. If there was some bleach stone around here, we could put one of these fangled hand sanitizers. But I don't see much of that. Oh, there's some beautiful ice. And this is the only bit of water we have. Oh, there's some water over here. We just got the worst possible luck with it. Alright, so if I dig up here, it will drain... not in the way that we want. So how else do we get over there? I guess we can dig through this. Dig through here. Okay, this is kind of gonna work, right? And then dig up. And then we have our little bit of water. Which this will be good. And then we'll put a sink. One sink. Actually, we can probably get it over a little bit, right? Mud, dirt. Okay, this will hold still. That way, in case we need 2 outhouses, we'll have them. Jida, you have a bed. Oh, that's what we didn't do. Because Jida's home is on the other colony, that's where his cot is. So we need to assign him to this cot. Can you go get into bed so at least you don't have a sore back? There you go. Way to go, buddy. You also want to be careful about opening up too much of the land too early because this is your only oxalite. And the more you open it up, the more place for them to fill with oxygen is. But yeah, this looks like it's going to work here. Looks like we only have sedimentary rock, though. Which is fine. It's fine. But yep, and then this will give us our water. Then we'll have a sink, a toilet. We got a little bit of food. Not much. We got swamp chard hearts. I don't even know where we got those, but we got them. And then we can start digging around through here. Definitely not sending anybody else over here. This is all Jida all day. Jida's going to get really good at doing all the things. All the building, all the digging, all you, buddy. It's a little lonely, but don't worry. One day we'll send somebody over for you. Once I'm confident we have enough food and everything like that, we'll send a couple people over. With that, I think we have enough footage for this episode. We've got Jida and Goopala kind of sorted. We have found the teleporter output. We have the teleporter input. We've got bathrooms, a little bit of food. He's got about 16 days worth right now with the swamp chard hearts. We'll eventually start breaking down this mud and dirt using the sublimation station. And we will go from there. Next steps will be digging down through Goopala and seeing if we can find... Ooh, there's a vent. Okay, we're going to have to find out what that is. I will do that. So you can eagerly find that out next episode. On top of that, after that, we either find some oil or we get working on some glossy Drecos. In the meantime, I think we might set up some glossy Drecos next time just in case oil doesn't come as easily as we were hoping. I'm kind of hoping for oil sitting in one of these cold biomes, and that way it is easy to use, ready to go, but I'm not gonna, risk our dupes' lives over it either. Oh, there's a plug slug. Oh, I missed you guys. I love the plug slugs. Alright. With that being said, we can watch old Jida work for a little bit, and I will talk to you soon.